Okay, here we go. Now we're starting.
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're
I
even
am.
capable of doing it.
You have
We're
no
going
idea.
to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism in Mortimer's secret study. We have to first gather 5 objects before we try anything.
Are the 5 objects the keys?
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the Gutenberg Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere, and all we need to match up the dates between the different calendars.
So I normally, at the beginning of my videos, because a lot of times I'll have music with I'll be right back and stuff before I start my stream. So I normally cut out the first 5-10 minutes, whatever, of a stream anyway. I just edit that out using the tools in Twitch or on YouTube or whatever. So because of that, I'll just edit out until there's actually a picture on the screen. So since that'll get edited out, I guess I will say one more time, officially, I'm redoing the very last chapter of episode 3 that we did do in the last stream, because in my mind, I'm counting the loss of the hand as a character death. And so you would reload right before the character died, right? Except in this game, I can't reload to right before moving the sphere and stuff. I have to reload at the beginning of the chapter. So I'm not redoing any other choices I've made or anything. I'm only redoing this one chapter because I count that as a death. People may criticize me for that going down the road at some point. I'm okay with you criticizing me and not liking that I'm doing that. But I'm doing that because in my mind, if you lose a hand, don't have any medical professional on hand to take care of you, and our mother here is not a medical professional, and don't know where you would find the necessary medicine and wrappings, not to mention pretty much, except for maybe some servants, otherwise pretty much everybody in the mansion is asleep right now. I'm just counting it as there's no way you would survive that. He's dead, so game over. So we're redoing the last chapter, so there's not a game over, okay? I don't care if the game lets you continue anyway. To me, honestly, that's unrealistic. I don't think you'd survive losing a hand and then all the blood lost from that. So I'm going to say game over and we're redoing. All right. Anyway. Okay, so here we go. Continuing.
Some nails?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course.
I don't know if I said this last time. So if I did, I apologize for repeating, but is it me or when he says perfect about the things that she discussed before you make a dialogue choice, and then just now where he goes, of course. Is it me or does he sound like Mr. Burns? Yes, Smithers, of course. I remember the numbers. Soon we will conquer the world. Yeah. Right? He totally does. Right? Am I crazy? I mean, I am crazy, but...
Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Yeah, the mom isn't great to me either. She's okay, but like, it seems like she's rushing. She's not pausing like a person would pause in her dialogue. She's rushing a little bit too much also. Well, I haven't the foggiest, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't you say it more like, well, I haven't the foggiest? da 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 da, and then whatever else, right? Wouldn't you say it more like that? I don't know. Seems like there's not proper intonation at different parts. It's a little rushed, seems like.
Remember, Mother. I'm certain you can remember.
Let me think.
You were running.
I was bleeding to death.
You remember the pain.
I thought I was going to faint. Yes, I remember. I don't think it can be far, can it?
Would you have lost it outside?
No, I don't think so. It must be in the area. I don't remember going up with it.
Perfect. I'll search the crypt before leaving.
Yeah, see? She says, I was bleeding to death. Not I was bleeding. Not like I was steadily making my way up the stairs. I was bleeding to death. And earlier she said she was lucky. Like, how would our character survive? That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, Emily is still a super hottie. Unfortunately, in my game, Emily's dead. I chose the wrong one, and Emma survived. Now, in fairness, they're twins, so Emma is also super attractive, but yeah. Yeah, well, you know, that's the thing, is, like, it's a little hard. You can usually not know all the circumstances in the process of obtaining voice acting material, and you also can't guarantee that maybe you've heard something voice actor A did at some point. You hire them thinking they're going to do a good job. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to do a good job on your project, right? Like, a lot, honestly, now there are some actors that are so talented, they pretty much nail it every time. Okay? I would say, I mean, I don't know for sure, right? But I would guess probably someone like Ian McKellen, Anthony Hopkins. I would say, honestly, God dang it, why can't I remember her name? I totally like her too. She played Cersei in the Game of Thrones TV show. Really like her. She's an amazing actress. Kate Beckinsale is amazing. Ralph Fiennes, yeah, just acts himself. So does Michael Douglas. It's true. Yeah, it's true. What she did with the hand, it probably is still inside behind the discs, I would guess. Rotted now, gross, but probably rotting and lying somewhere inside. Yeah. Anyway, so there are a lot of really good actors that could just do it, but there are a lot of actors who need a good, solid director to act correctly, right? It just the various levels of talent, right? Anyway, so if you don't have a good director, or if you are not able to get direction from the director, like for whatever reason your schedules are conflicting, or you don't understand them, or there's lack of communication or something, whatever it is, what might be a good actor might also suffer on a performance because they don't know what the director wants. Like, I'll give you an example. I'll go ahead and keep going through these. Okay.
Exegesis. Anything else?
Did you manage to vanquish the Medusa?
To open the chimney? Yes, absolutely.
So you've already come across it. It's the Bible of Judas that is exposed in the secret room behind the chimney.
Why do they call it an exegesis?
Because that's what it is, and not an apocryphal Bible, strictly speaking. It's the study of a text with a summary, not an actual Bible. Anyway, well done for the Gorgon. You did well. You didn't get tricked by the light bouncing back.
Thanks. Do you think I can take it safely?
We haven't got a choice, Louis. Without it, we won't be able to work out this cursed mechanism.
Yeah, so anyway, so just back to my point, I'll give you one example. Okay, I I'm still working on it. Don't quite have all the pieces together, but it will hopefully come soon. I need to vlog tomorrow, and then I can explain a little more detail. But I'm still waiting on it. It's still to come. But I've already paid for and gotten audio files back for some voice acting for one of the character biography videos that I'm doing. The second one in my series for Daniel from the first Amnesia game. Anyway, the voice actor and I discussed a few times back and forth the type of feeling I wanted, what kind of expression I wanted, how certain words ought to be pronounced, and so on. Okay? Now, granted, we couldn't meet face to face. It was through Fiverr that I got in contact with him, but also with COVID, there's no way we could have met face to face really anyway, right? That's not, I mean, technically it is, but I mean, it's not really a thing, right? Traveling on an airplane right now, not generally. Anyway, so, especially back then, I think that was like late April when I contracted with him. So we discussed online multiple exchanges and conversation to understand what I was wanting in terms of expression and how to pronounce certain words and that kind of stuff in the quote that I was going to have the voice actor read. That voice actor in return, of course, asked additional questions for clarification. Once it seemed like everything was clarified, he then recorded himself pronounce, like reading the lines, but he recorded each. So let's say there were, I don't remember, but let's say there was something like, I think it ended up being something like 10 sentences or something. Each sentence, he basically read 4 or 5 times with different emphases at different points. So like, hey Bob, calm down, everything's gonna be okay. Hey Bob, calm down, everything's gonna be okay. Hey Bob, calm down, everything's, that kind of thing, right? He did like 4 or 5 of those for every set of sentences I sent him. Or basically for every sentence I sent him. Just because, in case I either changed my mind or he had misunderstood something I tried to clarify, he wanted to make sure that I had a variety to choose from so that I could get what I wanted out of what I had ordered, right? This is kind of the nature of things like voice acting. Now, if you're like a big studio or something, you're able to get an actor to actually show up in your studio and do the recording there and stuff. Obviously, you can coach and be like, I want a little more like this. Okay, that's close, but you can tweak it and stuff. But even still, this is generally what a voice actor is supposed to do, right? Like Somni was saying, in this case, in this game, it feels like they kind of did a first take and then it's call it good.
One last thing before you go.
Not the best.
Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us.
And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
All right. So, I believe what we chose was, last time was psychology, and agility, right? I think. Not 100% on that. But we'll go with that this time anyway. Okay, royal jelly. There's something over here. A golden elixir. I don't remember if there are any other bottles beyond those. Wait, what is... Oh, was that just the book? I thought the blue dot was over here, like near his shoulder. I was like, what is that? Okay. Oh, yep, there's a coin, I think, right? Yeah. That's one thing that'll to make this take a little bit longer is I will have to...
A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Run around acquiring jars of stuff and bottles of stuff and so on again and again.
Famous cross of Clement III. Perfect. And one key found.
Woohoo! And one key found! There was a man named Louis Shea. He ran around inside a crypt. He had to spend his entire day trying to find the cross that from his mother was ripped. Okay, that was horrible. I'm not good at spur of the moment stuff. I actually am a poet, IRL, poet slash writer in general, like short stories and stuff. But I'm the type of person that mulls it over a bunch and redoes and redoes and redoes to get it right. I don't just spur of the moment stuff. Like I could never battle rap or something. There's no way. I just am not good at that kind of spur of the moment stuff. I can make silly stuff that people mock me for, and that's fine. I don't find a problem with that. But oh yeah, that was the occult air key. That's right. Yeah, I do think that's everything in here. So let's head up now. We'll do the same order we did last time. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing in this room, right? We checked this before. Pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let's see that. So I want to go the back way, right? So here. Around. Whoops. I took a wrong turn. It is this way. There we go. There we go. Oh, sure, yeah, I should share them. I've had some minor stuff published in the past. I don't really... this is my early stuff. Probably really isn't good sampling. I actually have a series, although I haven't done it recently. I haven't worked on it recently, which is bad. Really, really bad. I need to work on it again. But I have a series of short stories that I'm working on right now that I should share at some point. I usually...
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
More for the sake of writing, like to practice my art form, and then obviously for other people to potentially enjoy. I don't do so much to try to make a living off it. I've done some writing, like technical writing, and official things like that for some various corporations over time. And so I've made a bit of living that way, like as a freelancer. So that's more of the writing I've actually made a living off of. The other stuff I do more because I enjoy doing it. I have a very particular plan, actually, to get myself financially in a position where I don't have to worry about making money. I could just do whatever. I'm not there yet, but I'm in the process of getting there. It's a long, obviously, multi-year process, but once I get there, at whatever point, Then I plan, I mean, I'll still do YouTube and streaming, but outside of that, then the plan is pretty much I will almost exclusively do creative projects, whether it's writing. I thought there was another, was there not another like Devil's Thorn or something out here? Maybe it's in the back. Yeah, I think it's actually in the back. But yeah, I have various creative projects. I've written a vampire musical, actually. The current short story series I'm working on, I'm only on the first story.
This time, it'll be a lot quicker.
It's taken a lot of planning because it's fantasy, so there's a lot of
If I
world
remember
setup
rightly,
and stuff,
the
right?
code was 1191.
So there's that. So as I write a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I should figure something out about this. So then I have to make an adjustment or like pause on the story and write some of the backstory or some of the world creation stuff, things like that, right? So 1, 1, 9. But without giving too much detail, because obviously I would want you to read it to better understand things. The whole series of stories takes place in one port city. And there are various peoples from other parts of the world who maybe visit that city, diplomats or merchants or whatever. And so, but there's a lot of stuff that's taking place in that city. Basically, there's something amiss, something is wrong in the world, and there are a lot of unexplained, strange events and things going on.
Weaknesses of the human psyche.
And they're trying to figure out what is the cause of these and all those kinds of things.
Gilhelm Tremor. Tremor. An anagram of Mortimer. Wow. Arrogant enough to publish writings on mental control in full view of everyone. I wonder who he's writing for.
So it's, in a lot of ways, it's kind of... Whoops, that's not what I meant. It's basically kind of like you would expect for, at least in some series. Each short story has obviously its own self-contained plot, but you get little pieces of information in each short story that build and build and build as an overall overarching plot. And it's going to be about I don't know about the exact number, but roughly 10 short story series. I paused on it at the time because I didn't have anybody that could do the artwork. And so I was like, well, I don't want to get too far in this story. I'll work on something I can do myself in the meantime until I find an artist to do it. Because I'm not... it's possible I could train or something at some point, but I'm not an artist, like a drawing artist or whatever. So
feathers, pigeons, probably.
Yeah. Okay, that's feathers. So I wouldn't do that part myself, but basically I also started working on what would be an anime series. Kind of like a star-crossed lovers kind of a thing. But, more in-depth than just, they were star-crossed lovers, of course. But anyway, so those kinds of things. So I need nails. I thought there was like a Devil's Thorn or something. Maybe it's in the main office, though. Let's get those.
Those are the nails I was looking for.
Sure.
I noticed they were old and rusty, but I hadn't noticed these traces of... Could that be blood? Is it really the relic of the Holy Cross? I can hardly believe it.
I do not see a bottle of anything to grab in here. So I would say that's definitely... I'm just missing it, running past it. Otherwise, yeah, I don't see it. It's either out here or it's in the main office, and I just was misremembering. Oh, here we go. This is the one. Devil's Sword. That was the one I was wanting. Yep, I picked that up last time. Okay, I believe that's everything for here. Yeah, and we still cannot go out this. Maybe we have episode 4 and 5 both, I think, still. So we might go out that at some point. All right, so the exit is 6466. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Just
Come on.
exit.
Let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he just exits automatically. Okay. And in fairness, too, I have a lot of incomplete, started but not finished stories. The reason for that, though, is really I have projects I'm already working on, and I'll get another idea, like, oh, hey, what about this for a story? But I've not finished this other one. So I'll write a little bit, just so I don't forget the idea of the new story, and then I set it aside, focusing on the story that I was currently working on, right? Written a couple novels, but didn't try to get either of them published. I wasn't happy with them, happy enough with them. They still need to be edited a fair amount, I think, before they're really digestible for an audience. So I'll do that at some point, but for now. Yeah, excuse me. Gosh. I get this with all this heat because I'm in like desert savanna. So it's dry heat, so my nostrils get dried out and they get super irritated, and then I sneeze. Then they're not dried out anymore for a bit. Then they get dried out again. Then they're not dried out for a bit. Then they get dried out again. It's really annoying. I'm trying to remember. So the Bible's behind the chimney. The exegesis was not the armillary sphere was from let's see, where are we? Bonaparte, Peru. Where's Volner? There, von Volner's room. He had it, and he's dead, so we can just enter his room. Because he's dead. Thank you. Gesundheit. Thank you for the wish for health. There we go.
An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away.
Given that he's dead, my guess is he won't. Yeah, I don't know if because you didn't watch last time on this, so I think you didn't know. You remember how the time before we saved Monsieur Peru? He had the gun to his head at the council meeting, and we talked him down? Well, we since then found von Volner dead out on the balcony outside of Peru's room. I don't know if that means...
Golden elixir.
Yeah, von Volner. So the German guy that was on Homeside or whatever. Yeah, he's dead. So Peru's still alive, but von Volner is dead. So apparently, I mean, I don't know for sure, but apparently, if you don't save Peru, Peru dies, von Volner's fine. If you save Peru, von Volner dies. Apparently. Yeah. Well, this is the same night. So they may not technically know that he's dead. They might think he's just holed up in his room or something, right? Unless somebody specifically come to get him, they might have no idea. Except for the murderer. The murderer would know, but other people might not know, right? So, yeah. But see, here you'll notice... Wait, oh, maybe not. No, it's across the way. Over there, so basically behind that pot on the corner there, if you go the straight line through to that window, behind it, that is Peru's window. And it was just in between those two windows, that and the one to the left, his body, like von Volner's body, was lying face down. It was pretty obvious, to me at least, that it was von Volner. Like, when you angle, you kind of come around and look at where his face is kind of the side, the way you look at it and stuff, you could definitely see. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If he and Peru maybe Peru was scared of him, and that's why Peru was going to kill himself. And when you didn't, he killed von Volner out of fear. It's hard to say. I really don't know. Von Volner might have actually been a bad guy too. It's hard to say. I mean, we never really got to know him all that well, so it's hard to say, I think. Okay, so the exegesis and the Bible. Yeah, the Bible's in the tower room. That's right. We have to talk to Washington and not let on that we are getting the Bible. It's fun. Okay. Hey, Georgie, guess what?
Ah, Louis. Glad you're here.
Blasted. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what happened between my mother and the Hillsborough sisters. Show me a little.
Look, it's possible to distinguish two different writing styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain. There must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
All right, so we're going to do this again. Do what we did last time. Because again, the goal is not to redo choices. It's just to undo the final death. So I'm trying to remember as much as possible. Do things the same way because we're not trying to undo stuff. We're just trying to undo the death at the very end. So yeah, we did manipulate last time. Washington is immune to manipulation, but we didn't know that, so we're going to do it again because so there's that series of wheels behind where we're talking with our mother. You manipulate them, rotate them around, and then there's a point where there's a hole in the middle. There's a point where you have to stick your hand in, grab a device, and pull on it. Well, if you have the combination wrong, inside slices your hand off. So.
If you want my opinion, a servant must have burnt some old papers. That's all.
Why, of course. You very nearly made me think that you were trying to hide something, Louis. No, I'm sure there must be other hidden messages.
He won't let go. He's going to work his way back to the Bible if he continues.
And then, if I remember right, we cleared those, right? Well, don't worry about saying, oh, I don't know what you're saying, Fark, about. If you're talking about the exhaustion we gained, the exhaustion penalty plus the whatever it's called, but where our skill use is +1, I had that last time. Again, I'm trying to redo this stuff. Now, it's this one clears, right? Yeah. I used this after the fact last time, so I'll use it again now to remove the effects. And now I'm what is
The Greek drachma.
Oh
One
yeah,
of the
that's
rare
right. I
ancient
went around and
coins
searched
mentioned
again.
both in the Bible
Yeah, okay.
and in the Quran.
That's not. I mean, we read that last time, but that's turned out to be nothing. He's still trying to figure stuff out, which gives us a chance to come in here and snag the Bible before he finds
Bible's
it.
still there.
So we got that from last time also. And what do we find something else in here, or do we just leave? I think there wasn't anything in here more we found, right? So I think we just go. All right, and now we just need to go back behind the chimney again. That's upstairs. I don't want to go that way. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I thought, but just in case. Yep. Anyway, so that gives you an idea, though, of how that all, I guess, is supposed to work. Okay, where I never remember. Oh, yeah, so I go through this door. Wait. This way? No, I'm facing the wrong way now. What? Oh, door here. Here we go. Oh, we did end up finding... No, because I'm not trying to undo stuff. So we did end up having potentially...
Let's see if the statues are in place yet.
A conversation with Godoy, but we're not trying to undo stuff, so I really need to not talk to him this time, because I don't want to change stuff we did. I think we were supposed to, or not supposed to, but we could have talked with him. It was an alternate path, but... let's see. All the other stuff was in place, right? So the light is shining, hits the shield, which is at an angle, which goes over to the sword. So as long as Medusa faces the shield, so she gets blinded and distracted, not the sword, it'll open it, right?
Not positioned correctly.
So we want it to move, swivel the statue round toward the shield. There we go.
Open sesame.
Yeah, you're so clever. Okay. So the exegesis is in here somewhere. Did we find other stuff? So that's Pandora's box. It's actually a pot, I guess. Apparently. This is the exegesis. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else we got from here last time. I don't think so.
So
I think
that's the exegesis of
gain
Judas.
anything new.
I hope Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
But that's just too bad. I need it. Listen to you, Louis, trying to sound like a badass or something. Yeah, whatever. Yep, there's nothing there. This is the Caesar's wreath or whatever it is. We've already analyzed that. That was sort of Excalibur, kind of. Oh, we got this. This is the amber. Yeah. I don't know if we really found much else, though. Wait, there's nothing blue there, right? I'm missing? No, okay. And then this... What do we do with this?
The Ring of the Nibelungs. Even if Mortimer is several centuries old, I don't see what part he has in this legend.
Right. Right. Okay. So let's get back.
Right. I've got what I need. Now let's not waste any more time.
Okay, I wrote down notes, and I think I know, but since you are pretty sure Somni also, I'm gonna rely on you to help me out a little bit. We're gonna redo that final ring, the month or whatever it was that was wrong. Whoa, what the? Okay, hi, like, turn me around. Carmelite water. Yeah, there were a couple of those out here that I wasn't able to pick up previously also. I was too full at the time. Nope. A lot of... It's when I run... Okay, hold on a second. This is bothering me. One sec here. See if I can get rid of something that's... Yeah, like this. Let's kill this. Yeah. That'll at least free up some. Let me see if I can also do something here. I don't like doing this in the middle of the stream because I can't exactly edit the middle of the stream very well. at all, really, unless I upload a new video and I use my own video editing tools to do it. So, and I don't like doing that unless I have to, but this lag is kind of annoying. So I want to get rid of it so I don't have to keep dealing with it. Not to mention for you guys, it's probably weird seeing the picture, something go, you're like, whoa, what just happened, right? So, can't be, especially if you have like an issue with vertigo or anything like that, cannot be a good time. So, all right, let's see. I can get rid of that. Oh, there's a little bit of lag when I close it. Get rid of that. Do 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 do. That one. That one. Okay, I do believe that's cleared up a fair amount. Let's see how the response is now. Yeah, much cleaner. Okay, cleared up some resources. I use, among other stuff, I use a browser called Vivaldi. It kind of, over time, if you leave it open for too long, it starts becoming a resource hog, unfortunately. So, okay, so I'm going the long way around, but the way that I know to get to her, well, to the entrance down below, there's a specific way that works for sure. So I'm doing not this way. Went one early. I forgot there's a little tiny thing there. Okay, here we go. All right, now we might be able to redo and then continue on. Okay, so from my notes, Somni, and I don't know if you were taking notes last time or just following along when I was talking. If you were taking notes, maybe you have those. If not, that's fine. But I'm gonna say what I wrote down last time and then the notes I took since then.
So, good. You've managed to gather all the keys.
Yes, that's right. I have everything. What should I start with?
Place the Clement III cross on the console. Then you have to put the nails on the disc of the door.
What theme did you start with?
As the fresco shows the birth of Christ, I placed one nail in Bethlehem, one in chapter 2, and one in verse 6. The iris opened a little. I thought it was normal. Behind the aperture of the iris, there is a duct in which I put my hand. I felt something like a valve at the bottom. I thought by turning it the door would open, or the iris would open completely, or something else would happen. Instead, I felt something like an axe cut off my hand. I really thought it was the end of me.
What did you do then?
Well, although I had made some unfortunate choices, I was lucky in that Mortimer was well stocked with drugs. I raided his supplies of medicine.
See, I have no idea where his supplies of medicine are. How the frick would I get his drugs? Yeah, not to mention, like, people, and I'm not saying in this case or whatever people would necessarily do that, but like with things with like Hollywood and in games and stuff, people act like it's the easiest thing. Like, oh, I lost my hand. Let me really fast rip off the arm of my shirt and then wrap it around. I mean, you might be able to do that if you have the mental fortitude. I would guess, honestly, probably 95+% of the population of the world would be panicking at the loss of blood too much to actually wrap your arm and save yourself. and then to have the mental wherewithal to figure out this could get infected. I should probably put stuff on the wound so it doesn't get infected, right? No, because even if you manage to wrap your, like, let's say your lost hand, then you're in so much friggin' pain from it, probably. I mean, it's ridiculous to think you lose a hand or a foot or something, and you're gonna be able to just fine, go ahead and tough through it and move on. We're not wired that way physically as humans. We're not wired that way. Our nervous system would overload. Our heart would keep pumping, so we continue to lose blood. And the more blood leaves your body, the weaker you get. We are not wired like that at all. Yeah, laudanum for hemorrhaging? Okay, yeah, I don't think so. Okay.
What hole should I put the nails in?
Well, I can't really advise you there, because I haven't exactly made the best choices myself. All I can say is that you have to insert 1 to choose a town, 1 to choose a chapter, and 1 to choose a verse.
All right, my turn now.
Go ahead, impress me. I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
Hey, Mom, don't you want to use your other hand? So I don't have to lose one? Okay. Yeah, or die from shock. That's right. You could die just immediately from system shock. If too much trauma, like physical trauma, happens to you at once, you actually will just overload and collapse and die. That's right. Yep. Exactly. There's a reason why some people seem to sustain, occasionally here and there, in war, some people will seem to sustain a wound that doesn't seem to be all that bad, yet it killed them. If it shocks your system enough, all of your like cerebral nervous system, right? All of that stuff, your brain and your spinal cord and all the nerves in your body, if that overloads, you're screwed. So, yeah. There's no getting out of that. Yeah, those are the nails. Correct. Yeah, that's what I have written down also. Yep, Golgotha, 19, and 17. Okay. So, yep, so let's do those. I guess... Well, that's once we rotate, right? So let's put the nails in first. Alright, so... I might have to analyze the fresco again for it to let me try to align with the death of Christ, which is what we're aligning with. So let me do this again.
Fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her.
And then we know...
Yes, it's definitely a representation of the birth of Christ, but some of the details have flaked away. I can't see any other clues. One thing is for sure, this enigma deals with the life of Jesus, like my mother said. You could see that the paint has come off in parts. Difficult to see what was there, but I can distinguish the letters N-R-I. Nothing more.
I don't remember which I used. Occultism or... I think I used occultism last time, right? I think so. Let's try that.
Why, of course. They're part of the initials I-N-R-I
Yeah, it's the one.
that you can find on the cross of Jesus at his crucifixion.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's a great fairy tale, and it's, you know, a nice thought. It's a nice, like, wish that if you were in that circumstance, you would keep your head, your wits about you enough to take care of yourself and be okay. It's not generally true. Now that's doing it yourself. Obviously, if I collapsed because I lost a hand or something, and there was a medical professional, whether it's a doctor or biologist maybe, who happens to know some medical stuff, or it could be like an ENT or something, or not ENT, EMT, emergency medical tech. Anyway, somebody like that, or somebody who's really trained in first aid or something. If somebody like that is with me, they might be able to bandage up my wound and then also think, okay, we probably should make sure this doesn't get infected. They could manage that, but that's because they're able to think, because they're not the one injured and suffering short circuits in your brain right at the moment, right? So yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Yep, okay. So we got that now. We now know it's Inri. Deduce a theme idea? No. I think we didn't do this, right? I don't think we did this. Pretty sure we didn't. Because I realize we get a discount of 3, so it only costs 4. But I'm pretty sure we never did this particular choice. I think we found this. We did these two and then found that Inri and said, okay, we know what it is. So we'll just go back. And then the whole door. I don't remember if we got clues from this or not.
Types of inscriptions.
I don't remember.
There are 3 styles of writing, and I've got 3 nails. There must be a link. I must surely put in 1 nail per category.
His mom just told him that. Why would he analyze and then decide that after the fact? Okay.
Clearly, we have names of towns, Arabian numerals, and Roman numerals.
Alright, that's good enough, I think. Alright. So can I then, now that I've done that, can I put nails in? Oh, insert the nails. There we go. Oh, I can't yet. Yeah, it's going to make me get more information. God dang it. Okay. So...
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. The lexicon refers to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Okay. Let's... Well, okay, towns. We want Golgotha or... Did we use something else? Okay, Bethlehem's birth. Jordan is baptism. Bethesda is where it gathered with a bunch of people. Jerusalem was where he was convicted. Nazareth is where he grew up. Lanuvium and Nain, I don't remember those. Let's do those again.
Chapter 7, verse 11. Jesus went to Nain.
Nain. Okay. And then in the Gutenberg Bible.
Chapter 7, verse 11. And it came to pass the day after that he went into a city called Nain, and many of his disciples went with him, and many people.
So it was just a gathering of people to listen to him.
Chapter 7, verse 11.
I didn't mean to read it again.
And it came to pass the day after.
I did this last time too. I clicked the wrong thing.
And many of his disciples went with him, and many people.
Yeah. Okay. So let's... okay, so that's Nain. So what is... Stupid...
Chapter 5, verse 2. Jesus cures the sick and lame.
Curing the lame man, that's right.
3,791.
Okay.
In Jerusalem, at the pool of Bethesda. All stand and fling away their canes.
Okay, so that's that. Abu Ghosh, I think, was nothing. Or Abu Ghosh. is probably how you pronounce it.
Chapter 3, verse 18. Words truly pronounced in Abagash.
They say gosh, I'm guessing it's gosh. Well, I don't know for sure, but I think so. Because it's going to be... the name is going to be either Hebrew or Aramaic. So I would guess it's probably an O sound, not an ah, if it's spelled with an O, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so that's not really anything for this puzzle. Okay, so a name was nothing. So Lanuvium?
Chapter 2, verse 2.
Seems like that's too
Publius
early.
Sulpicius Quirinius was born in Lanuvium. Chapter 2, verse 2. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria.
Okay, so the taxing around the time of the birth of Jesus. Yeah, so none of those.
Chapter 2, verse 2. And this taxing was first made
I gotta stop
when
clicking read
Cyrenius
again.
was governor of Syria.
Stop. Okay. Themes. Okay. This is the one. Crucifixion is the one we want. Hey, Fofox. I don't know. Are you fashionable? Are you wearing fashionable things? You might still be fashionably late. We're just redoing, right? Earlier, I'd explained to everybody, just as a reminder, Fofox, I'm just redoing this. Like, I tried to do everything else in the chapter exactly the same, including at the end of the chapter, it said there was an alternate path it could have taken. I did not do that. I'm trying to keep everything the same except redo this puzzle because I count that as a character death. And so it's reloading for the character to redo so your character's still alive and you continue on the game, right? So that's my reasoning on that. Like I said, I know there will probably be critics going forward at some point, but I don't care. Abu was the monkey from Disney's Aladdin, obviously. It's true. It's true, but what's gosh or gauche then? Are you saying Abu was gauche? How dare you, Silhouette? In case you don't know, gauche, Gauche, in English is a not very used word, actually. Yeah, so just crucifixion. Did I already click it?
Chapter 19, verse 17. Jesus was crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Okay, so we have 8th Nisan 3793. 8th Nisan 3793. Okay, that's the date, obviously, that will match something else. Now, if we go here, we have 8 Nisan listed. So that's something to remember. But see, there's 8 Nisan and there's 8 Nisan 3. So... Yep. Okay.
Chapter 19, verse 17. And he, bearing his cross, went forth into a place called the place of a skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him, and 2 others with him, on either side, and Jesus in the midst.
Okay. So we've got... If we do it one more
Chapter
time.
19,
1917.
verse 17.
And the place
Jesus
is
was
Golgotha.
crucified on the 8th of Nisan, 3793, in a place near Jerusalem. The Romans put a crown of thorns on his head.
Only use 8 Nisan, not the other one? Okay. Here. Leave. Okay. So let's... I think I could put the nails in, right? Can I not put the nails in yet? Okay. Maybe I have to put the cross or something in? Let's do that first. Okay. Let's analyze this as well.
The cycle of the moons has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Well, screw you then. Okay, maybe now we do the... There we go. Insert the nails. Okay. So the nails... Let me just double check before I do this. The nails were in the correct positions last time, yes? Or did I do that wrong? I did Golgotha for the town. I did 19 up here. 19 for the chapter. And then 17 for the verse. The nails were correct? Okay, I'll look at the notes. That's fine. Okay, so here you go. Okay, and then I'm going to actually do... I don't know if I can do that. I don't think I could do that. I was going to zoom in, but I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a way, but I don't know how to zoom in without having to redo the whole window after the fact. And that might cause a problem, so let's not worry about that, I guess. Yeah. But the thing is, that's an excellent point, Fofox, and I completely agree. Here's the thing, though. Yeah, there'll always be trolls, that's true. Here's the thing about the melting can, though. I do think in order to proceed, we must put our hand in and pull a mechanism. I think the difference is we had something aligned wrong, and so we lost our hand. I don't think we have a choice. I think we must pull the lever inside or whatever to proceed. We just got to be damn sure we have it right so we don't. 7 Shaban minus 607. Okay. So 26 March 33. That's what I wrote down last time. That's not what I have written down, though. So I wrote the matching date. The 8 Nisan 3 is, if you look to the left, it's 8 April 29. My notes, I'll even show you up close so you could see, 26 March 33. Right here. 26 March 33. So I wrote down the date that you're saying last time, even if maybe I didn't do it, but I think... So here's what I think, okay? This is what I was thinking ahead of time. You mean for the moon side? Oh! Maybe we could look at it. Okay. So so since I'm here, let's put the nails in. We know the nails are in the right place, right? The things I said for the nails are right. So let's do Golgotha. And you can remove it if you decide it's wrong. But Golgotha and 19 and 17.
It works.
Well done, Louis. I hadn't seen those other wheels. Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
Okay, do not put in your hand yet. Okay, leave. All right.
during new moon, the moon is entirely in the shadow. Then, the shadow moves from west to east, meaning left to right, and goes through the following states: waxing crescents, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, last quarter, waning crescent, and the cycle starts over with the full shadowed new moon. The moon shadow moves from west to east.
Okay, so you're saying we need to use 7 Shaban 607? 7th of Shaban 607.
7th of Shaban, 607, first quarter.
That's it. That's why. I used, yep, first quarter is our clue for the moon. It's first quarter. I had waxing crescent. First quarter. And that's where we went wrong, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yep. So 7th Shaban 607 is first quarter. That's what the moon needs to be. Yep. Because 7 Shaban 607 is 8 Nisan. That's right. Yep. So what you're saying is correct. 8 Nisan needs to be it. And it's, according to this, it's the first quarter. We use 6 Rajab. Oh. Did I? How did I do that one? Minus 611? Oh. Yep. Yep, you're right. That's what we used. Yeah, I didn't intend to use 8 Nissan 3. I think because it's one line below, I read the wrong one. Because I meant to just use 8 Nissan because we didn't know anything more. The 3's meaningless. The year we have is 3793, so the 3 is meaningless. It's not the first number of the year. We need the full year, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's right. So I read one line down was the problem. Okay, so first quarter. Okay. So go back. Leave. All right. I'll try this one more time. See if I can do this correctly this time. Oh, I have to rotate him first before I stick anything in anywhere. All right. Boom. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. And I just read it wrong. Okay. Okay. I figured the puzzle out. I just was not careful enough in my lining up of stuff. Okay. So we want on the outside. We want of the icons. Golgotha is the crucifixion, which is this top one here, right? That's the crown of thorns. So I want to turn that until that reaches Golgotha, or at least gets close to it. I don't know if they exactly line up or not. Okay. Golgotha, crown of thorns. Then we had 26 March, right? Yeah. 8 Nisan, not with the 3. 8 Nisan with no 3 is 26 March. See, I had the right thing. I just, on that one thing, I got the wrong one. Yep. 26M. Okay. So now we do the dates, and we want, these are all supposed to line up down there. 26M. And then, okay, Crown of Thorns, 26M, and first quarter for the moons. This is the new moon. This is the waxing crescent. This is the first quarter. Right? I think so. Because this was the waxing, this was the waning crescent. So this would be the waxing crescent. So this has to be the first quarter. Plus, if you go force, this is 0, 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter, right? So this would be the last quarter. This would be the first quarter. So that's right. So we need to move the first quarter around and around and around and around. Okay. So now we have the first quarter. These all lined up like this, correct? Oh, it's upside down. Oh. That's another one that tricked me. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Because N is north. Duh. Or N is new moon, I mean. This is new moon. The blood's covering the wrong one. Yeah, new moon. You're right. You're right. I'm an idiot. Yep. Thank you. Thank you for not letting me be an idiot. Okay. So this new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter. Okay. Before I go any further, let me confirm with Somni. We're on the same page. Is this okay now? I'm an idiot. I think this is right now, right? Because we were upside down. Okay, I think you got it. We got it. Huh? Okay. And then okay. All right, here we go. I don't know if I want to replay the chapter if this is wrong. Okay. Here we go. Leave. Okay. All right, you ready? Here we go. Put it in my hand.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck. I never doubted you, my son.
There we go. Big head. Okay. Sure then. Sure. Yeah. So the alternate path, you could have reviewed the conference results with Manuel Godoy, but we want to do everything exactly the same except for the death. Yeah. Right? All right. Hey, and not losing our hand means we leveled to 12, whereas we would not have been level 12 yet. We were high level 11 last time, so gave us more experience too. That's not why we did it, of course, but okay. So next. Okay, what did we... I think I just decided I was going to focus on occultism, right? Were any of my tomes occult? No, questioning, and logic. All right. So I think we just go occultism. I do think it's cool that Washington is... Don't worry, Logs. You didn't have to help. It's fine. I was only asking Somni because she and I last time were like, what the frick? That's exactly right. But we had the moon wrong. I do think it's cool that they gave Washington immune to manipulation. Because if you think about it, the guy who's the first leader of the United States, you would assume he's not easily pushed into a corner, right? Nobody puts baby in a corner. So, yeah, I think I just keep going with occultism. Now that we got this, where I thought we might need it potentially. Everything's level 2 or higher, so yeah, let's just keep going on occultism. Or sorry, level 1 or higher, I should say, not 2, but anyway. And then I only have 2 more for occultism. Then I don't know what I want to increase after that. Maybe psychology, because I'm at 3 already. So I do 4, 4. So 2, if I get that much, because it's experience to get to your level 2, so who knows. But if I get 2 levels more, so I get a total of 3 levels in the course of the rest of the game, like I said, who knows, then I could get level 3 psychology and level 3 occultism. Alright, I think we're doing this. Yeah, emotional support, Faux Fox. I could feel you weeping at the loss of my hand last time. And how does it go in the Clue movie? Flames on the side of my face, right? All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go here. Spearhead. I'm gonna start 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just these 3, I think, right? These are the only tomes I have right now anyway, so. I love that scene.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
Louis, you really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
What exactly is happening right now? Is he having a vision, like a hallucination or something? What the frick is going on? Victory is at hand? I missed that comment. Nice. I know, not Emily. Burning bridges.
But where are we?
I don't know, but we better not hang around.
I know she's immune to occultism, otherwise I don't know. Let's use logic and see.
Be careful, Mother. As if me saying that will make any difference. Knowing Mortimer, I wouldn't be surprised if he rigged his crypt with traps.
So you think the door is not enough?
Do you want to wager your other hand?
You've got a point there. We have to find that weapon. What do you know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
The what?
The Lance of Longinus the Centurion.
Occultism. Yeah.
Yes, the centurion that pierced the side of Christ with his lance. That weapon naturally became a holy relic.
Exactly.
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Very well. Now what?
Well, now you know what you need to find.
Pardon?
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure. Let's get off this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
Conviction, huh? I don't know if she's immune to it, so.
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis. I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed. Don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly. Not
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Whatever do you mean? This totally looks like this is sound and fine. That's funny. Yeah, definitely. So why is it that we always have to do everything? Like, can't she? I mean, I get she lost her hand, so there's that too, but I mean, whoa, hi, okay. That was a weird teleport, but okay. It's one way to handle it, I suppose. Okay, so we gotta go talk to Piaggi. Is this gonna mean we're gonna have another confrontation? Well, of course we will. We'll probably have a confrontation with Piaggi. I feel like we'll probably, whether it's this one or maybe next episode, we're probably gonna have a confrontation at some point with Mortimer too. Yeah, because video game, that's why. That's exactly right. That's really it. I mean, it's pretty much just, hey, you know what? What? That's what. You know why? Why? That's why. Okay. Little kid logic. Piaggi. Who knows where Piaggi is? Ooh. That was me way up close? Holy crap. That was kind of frightening, actually. Is he going to be in his room or somewhere else? I'm not sure. Since I don't know, I guess I might as well search all down here first, huh? If I knew where he was, I would just go directly there, but... It's either going to be a confrontation with Piaggi, or it's going to be a situation where if I make the wrong choices in dialogue, it becomes a confrontation. I don't know if it'll be automatic or if I potentially screw it up and make it worse. But I'm pretty sure it's one of the two. Okay. What if our mother is the demon? Helping her not such a great idea suddenly, huh? There's Washington. Do I want to talk to him? I feel like there's a possible confrontation if I talk to him. Oh, you ran off in a hurry when we were searching the tower room. Weren't you going to help me? Will you be here all weekend, Somni? I don't know if I want to talk to Washington or not. I'm not so like a lot of these possible dialogues too. I don't know if there actually is a benefit of doing it or not. You maybe gain more experience, but I don't. Especially if we're trying not to get caught with the lance potentially. I think the fewer people we talk to, the less likely it is. Well, I don't know if that's actually sound logic. I was going to say, if we don't talk to somebody like George Washington, if we don't talk to Washington, I was going to say, it's less likely he'll be like, oh, Louis, there was something I wanted to ask you, blah, blah, blah. But that's not necessarily true, because my willingness to talk to him now or not does not necessarily prevent him from having the thought later, I should talk to Louis. So I don't know that actually really is going to have any effect, right? Yeah, okay, let's just avoid. I think I don't probably want. But why can I not just go straight? Oh, I can. I somehow didn't see the doors at first. I was like, what? Exactly. Why would anybody ever question, or why would anybody ever think it looks suspicious that she's out there when she's a fugitive? Exactly. Here's Piaggi. I'm debating in my head whether I should talk to Washington after all or not. Well, let's not worry about it, at least right now. Okay. Cardinal. Okay, Piaggi is immune to erudition, but he's vulnerable to questioning and manipulation. Plus, I've got some nice Devil's Thorn here if I need it to reveal some weaknesses he may have. Actually, was there more Devil's Thorn lying around? I thought there was more Devil's Thorn lying around at some point. Well, I can always get more. I doubt I'd need more than 3 with his conversation specifically.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
You are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you speak to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something about it.
That was a private conversation. How could I have known that he was listening to us?
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in
not
the
good.
right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
His nose is bleeding.
So you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
3? No, 3. None of these. 4.
Your Eminence, you're worrying me. What is happening to you?
Nothing, Louis. Just a moment of weakness, but I'm better now. I am all ears. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
The Holy Lance. Don't lie, I think.
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
If I told you why I needed this lance, you would never believe it.
Trust me, you can tell me anything.
It's our only chance to vanquish the demons.
Oh, my dear God, Louis. You sound just like Sarah. Do you realize you are following the same path, step by step? Sarah also started by imagining things. She, too, spoke of demons, I am told. She could no longer speak to anyone, and saw a hidden monster in every guest, lurking in the shadows, ready to devour her. You must let us help you. Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told.
It was
His
manipulation.
spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Search for more clues, or go pick a spear. Specialists in esotericism, artistic depictions, Sacred texts. Okay. I believe. Let me see. Character. No, it's journal, right? And then if we go to Piaggi, I can't remember 100%. I'm pretty sure it was manipulation. Give me 1 second here. Let me see. So if I go this, I'll find it. Give me 1 second here. I can't do it with what I'm recording currently, but I can do. But I can do. Okay. Let's see. It was right. This one? Immunity. Well, oh, conviction. Conviction is the immunity. He's immune to conviction. All right. So there you go. Really? I didn't think so. He was vulnerable to questioning and manipulation. I didn't try to manipulate him, and I also didn't try to use questioning, right? I used logic. I used diversion. And then I avoided using conviction. I'm pretty sure this one, conviction, right? Yeah, this is the one. So we know, even though it doesn't show it here, we know that he is immune to conviction, or at least during that conversation he was. I'm going to add it, and if it turns out wrong later, then you're right. That's for sure switched, and that's messed up. I used diversion when I expressed concern about him, like, oh, your nose is bleeding and stuff. I used logic. Don't remember. I used it for something. Most of the choices were not a particular skill or whatever. Most of them were just straight answers, right? Like avoiding the conviction immunity, I chose between yes or no. And he said, does anybody else know about it? And I said, yes. So. Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm just I wasn't sure, so I wanted to double check, right? So that's fine. Okay. Specialists in esotericism, which would be the occult, right? Oops. So who is... So Sarah is immune, but that's not helpful. She's out at the docks. Let's see. I don't know anything about Holm. I know more about Mortimer than I do Holm. So that's messed up. Because that's like the big guy. Holm is like second, and yet somehow I've had few enough interactions with him. I don't know. Esotericism would be, I assume, occultism or possibly erudition. What other skills would be esotericism? So erudition, occultism, not science, not manipulation, not subterfuge. No. Those are the only two I could think of. Esotericism is almost certainly occultism, but if not, then erudition would be the only other one I would think, yeah. Oh, Volner, yeah. Yeah, maybe Mortimer. That's true. Well, that is a trick, though. I mean, maybe that's true, what you say, Fofox, but that is obviously a literary or whatever trick, to use a storytelling trick, is, you know, it's the red herring idea, right? You make somebody seem... There are no stairs from here, right? Yeah, it's the next room over. You make somebody seem like they're the bad guy, when in fact, they're not. Well, now maybe I need to talk to Washington. I have no idea what Washington is good at. Let's see. He's immune to manipulation. I assume he's... good as a statesman. It's almost time already. God dang it. Well, I don't have to talk to people right now. I can just look up artistic depictions and sacred texts for now, and then after the fact. So let's do that. Let's go up to... Wait. There's not going to be anything behind the chimney still, is there? Those are the artifacts, but I don't think there's going to be any extra... The library. Where's the library from here? Oh, go back through. Okay, hang on. Let me go to the library. Maybe there's something there after all that'll show up now that wouldn't have shown up before. Plus, I don't know where all the other characters are. There could be somebody in the library as well. That's always a possibility. Piaggi. Did he jump or something? Probably just left. I doubt he actually killed himself. I don't know. When he wouldn't face me initially, something is definitely up with Piaggi, and it's not just that he's concerned for me or something. That's a crock of crap. There is definitely something up with Piaggi, and not a good something. Nothing new in blue dots or anything. This is the one he was told not to read. Maybe he'll read it now?
Atrus, the Miller brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Alright, so now. Still nothing. And it's definitely possible that there's gonna be nothing in the library. But since this game has the habit of like respawning stuff as you've progressed the story, might as well check, even if you've been to somewhere before, right? I could, you know what though? You said you asked Volner. I could go into Volner's room and re-examine some of the stuff that's there, right? Because he's still got it, even if he's dead now, he's still got stuff in his room. So that's always something I could do as well. I don't know. Yeah. So Mortimer's study is definitely a possibility. Volner's room is definitely a possibility. I think the room behind the chimney or the fireplace is not a possibility anymore. I feel like that's not going to have anything we want. That was useful for, like, sacred artifacts and stuff. But I don't think that's really gonna work for what we want right now. That's the painting name, okay. Doubt there's anything in here either. Oh, there's a jar of something. Devil's Thorn. Okay. Not Emily. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. You keep calling her that. We don't know what Emma's specialties are, right? Whereas Emily was discussing artifacts with us and seemed decently knowledgeable, but Emma was actually part of the Golden Circle, so she might be more versed in occultism than we otherwise might realize. Still can't get into... Oh, wait, no, this is the garden, isn't it? That's right. I was like, still can't get in there, but that's the garden. Okay. I mean, we don't know what anybody knows, so technically, George Washington might be somebody we want to talk to, but so I'll start with the most likely people, and then we'll go from there. It'd be easier, obviously, to talk to people you know have some kind of connection. I'm pretty sure Mortimer is an expert of some kind, at least, right? One, because he's looking for the lance himself, but in that case, it makes it a potential confrontation, which is very possibly scary. Because I know he's immune to science is all. I could use Devil's Thorn, I suppose. Anyway, but so one, we know he's looking for the same thing, which is potentially problematic. But two, when we were in his room behind the nightmare, we had several things evidencing that he'd be immune to science, but there were also several occult things. He had the tarot cards, he had like that mask up on the mantle, he had a bunch of stuff like that. So, oh yeah, Mortimer's definitely up to something. I just don't know what for sure. But okay, we're here. Von Vulner is, yeah, right here actually. So we'll just go over here. See, something back in this recess here seems like the perfect spot for like a collector's coin or something, but I haven't really found... I might have found one or two maybe, but I really have not generally been finding them there. Finding anything there.
It seems like he isn't here.
You think he's freaking dead, dude? You found his body. What do you mean it seems like he's not here? Okay, that type of game logic failure. It doesn't really bug me specifically in this game, but it is kind of a pet peeve of mine overall because it happens over and over again in games. If you have a situation where a character has died, everybody in that world should, from that point forward, act like that character is dead. Well, no, I should say, if you have a situation where a character has died and your character gains knowledge of that death, then that your character for sure, plus anyone else, if there is a situation like that, where another character happens upon the dead body, they should all act like that person is dead. Not go like, I wonder where he is. I mean, there's a body here that looks like him, but where is he really?
The signs of obscurantism.
Wait. Was this on the floor before? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't think so, though.
A blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Vulner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature, though, and leave as if planned.
Decode the message? Heck yeah. Let's go with a 4 on that. And we'll cost 0 instead of 5.
Landing stage. Landing stage. So Volner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage, isn't he?
Yeah. Volner's left a parcel at the landing stage. Okay.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted.
It's because he was killed! What the frick? We know.
Looks a lot like straw. And he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet. Straw on his desk. As if to protect something fragile. Yes. Someone must have packed something away here. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before.
I mean, recognize the symbols? Or I've seen it before? I mean, both could be useful, right? I don't know if I have to choose. Or if I could do both. Let's do I've seen that before first, I guess.
Yes. It's definitely a drawing of the Lock of Al-Azif. Volner must have kept a copy. I get the feeling that I've seen that somewhere before. I've seen occult inscriptions like this before. They're not very common. As a matter of fact, I've only seen them once before, around the Lock of Al-Azif.
Oh. I didn't gain anything, so I wasted an effort point. Okay. Well, whatever. Johann, I know you are trying to find out what happened to Elizabeth, but it's getting out of hand now. Your escapade on the continent cost me enough as it is. I know it hasn't been easy for you leaving Elizabeth confined in her room for a month so she doesn't bump into Sarah, but to run away without warning. I had to lie to cover you, Johann. Act as if you arrived separately. Oh, holy crap. I'm reading this as if I am Johann. This is from Gregory Holm. Wow, accent fail. Let's try this again with a proper accent. Johann, I know you are trying to find out what happened to Elizabeth, but it's getting out of hand now. Your escapade on the continent costs me enough as it is. I know it hasn't been easy for you leaving Elizabeth confined in her room for a month so she doesn't bump into Sarah, but to run away without warning. I had to lie to cover you, Johann. Act as if you arrived separately, only a few days ago, and persuade William to do the same with his guests. I demand that you come to your senses and take hold of yourself. I asked you to fetch something so we can get off the island, not for to study it in a vain hope of acquiring power. It won't give you any answers, let me be clear on that. At most, we run the risk of losing it again. So for the last time, please, go and leave it at the agreed place. I can confirm that someone will pick it up immediately. Gregory. Alright. What if they're all demons? I think they're probably like, or I think it's possible. I don't know. The thing is, Sarah's a little hard to read, whether she's crazy or not. I think she's like the situation where, so let me use something that's kind of unrelated, but kind of related. So I do not espouse a specific conspiracy theory. I'm never going to pretend like I know who is doing what and what their motives are. That said, I understand human nature and I understand history. If you don't believe there's somebody evil with power up to no good somewhere in the world, honestly, I think you're being naive. So that said, now using the comparison, Sarah, if she says things like, there's a lot of evil. They're plotting. They've got all these plans and stuff. And some of them are being heavily influenced by something. Okay, I could believe her that far. Okay, that would be the me version of the conspiracy. But knowing, quote unquote, that there are actually demons that are controlling them and that everybody almost is controlled by a demon and stuff, that's the whole trying to figure out why the frogs went gay. In my mind. That's a step too far in my mind. Like, I'm not saying nobody maybe should try to figure that stuff out, but I feel like when you don't have enough of the pieces of the puzzle, humans in general tend to have confirmation bias, right? You see things that aren't there because they can somehow, even if not really well, they can sort of fit pieces that are missing and bring the whole picture together, right? So that's kind of my view. So I think Sarah's a little bit loopy, but I do think she is onto something in general. So you would think Volner should come into the room and be like, I want to suck your blood, but first let me give you some clues of how this works. You think that should happen, Silhouette? Is that what you're saying? It seems a little, I don't know if I really would want that. It seems like it'll be a little corny. Anyway, that's just my perspective. I'm not saying anybody has to agree with it. I'm not saying that you guys don't have the obviously right and whatever to think I'm crazy, but that's my perspective on things in life. Obviously, I said already, but in this particular game, that's how I view things here. I think Sarah is on the right track, but I kind of a little bit agree with Piaget that maybe she's gone a little bit too far. Now, I don't know if she's gone as far overboard as Piaget seemed to hint she did, but I do think she is a little bit farther than she probably ought to be in seeing demons in every shadow. I think that's a little bit too far, personally. So it does the saving icon on the bottom right, so I wonder if that means I could just save the game whenever, and I don't have to... Because I thought we did that before, didn't we? And it turned out that I had to redo the chapter or something? I don't know, maybe not. Okay, does he have... So we got some interesting information in terms of like what was going on with him before he died. He might have more of his occult stuff back here, maybe. Nothing special there.
So, let's see what Volner has in his bookcase.
Inspect, understand. I think we can do all these because there were so many, so let's do this first.
Not surprising. Most of these works are in German, and one in Latin. Longini militis fabulum. Ah, what have we here?
It looks like a kind of biography on Longinus the Centurion. Truly, Volner has done everything he can to get information about that lance.
I'd better keep this one, though.
Riche?
Damn, that's all I need.
What?
Maybe he knows something about the lance.
What are you doing in my room?
Three. 2. Questioning or this? I've run out of things to read. Bullcrap, like that's gonna work. I don't know anything about Von Volner, so I don't know what he is. Neither of these is. I don't know which is better. Let's do this.
Well, sir, I see you have some captivating books, and you seem to be rather interested in the famous Longinus.
No, it's... what's it to do with you?
I overheard you speaking with Piaggi. What are you two up to, exactly?
No, fine. Yes. We are looking for the Holy Lance. That imbecile has given Mortimer all the ones kept in the private collection of the Holy See. But it's not what you think. Hang on a minute. You're the one looking for the lance.
No,
Don't take me for a fool. You are looking for the Holy Lances.
Al-Azif?
Not at all. I've come here to talk to you about the Al-Azif.
Ach, you are lying through your teeth. You are not here for the Al-Azif.
No, of course not. Well, what makes you think that?
You are a very bad liar, my lad. Don't think you're going to get away with it so easily. What are you playing at, Richet? Mortimer's the one who has that cursed lance.
How long have you been looking for it?
Ah, I see. You want it, and so you plan to steal it from Mortimer.
For a long time. Isn't that right?
Why, you little swine! You're planning to give it to Sir Gregory. You're looking to double-cross me, and Piaggi too.
What on earth is he talking about?
Yeah, go down to the wharf at some point, that's right. I don't know. Let's do 3 again. None of the above.
Mr. Von Volner, would you be so kind as to calm yourself down, please? All I'm trying to do is make amends for His Eminence's errors. Sir Gregory should surround himself with better people, if you want my opinion, but Piaggi is a friend of my mother's.
What? You want to help Piaggi?
I just told you that's what my mother would do if she was here. I heard you in the corridor, and he seemed to be in serious trouble because of the lances. I'm only trying to help him.
All right, Louis. I thought you were trying to manipulate me. But please, excuse me. I got a little bit carried away. But you can't get ahead by staying in the shadows on a case like this. There are already several of us searching for the Lance of Longinus. And it would be smarter to pool our information.
Unfortunately, I've barely made any progress. I'm still trying to find out what the original lance really looked like.
Let me reassure you, we've all been there, given the number of copies there are in existence. It also took us quite some time to discover its true shape. Many believe the central part of the head of the lance to be covered in gold, whereas, in truth, its center is made of an alloy of copper and iron.
That does make sense. In those times, a centurion wouldn't have any chance of possessing a lance made of gold.
That is the perversion of Christian idolatry. A copper lance could not have been noble enough to pierce the side of Christ.
Anyway, thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Louis. Keep me posted as to your research. We're bound to end up recovering it.
I'm counting on it. See you later. I managed to get the biography of Longinus the Centurion. Let's see what it can teach me. An interesting passage here tells me that the lance is engraved with the symbol of the first Christians, the fish.
Okay. How? I'm just gonna say I'm confused. Like, how is Volner even around? Either there was a glitch that made somebody looking like Volner's show up where it did, or there's a bug in the game where if you do that in Volner's room at that point, you always get the confrontation even if Volner's dead. I swear, I mean, at this point you'd have to go back, and I'm not sure if you can clip. Can you clip highlighted videos? I'm not sure. Anyway, but I'd have to go back and look, but I swear that dude looked like Von Volner, that body outside. He wasn't in his room at all? Oh. Interesting. The dining room talking with Godoy. So you were able to search his room without getting interrupted? Interesting. All right. I do think... Yeah, I think this game is fine with the saving, right? I think the only game recently we've had a problem with that, where we've had a problem with that, was Shadwin, right? And the problem with Shadwin was you had to redo some levels, kind of with empty chests and stuff, unless you'd hit a major saving point. But I'm pretty sure this game just saves you're fine. You just progress as you go. He's a vampire. Helped us in our quest. How nice of him. Yeah, I don't. Sure, Silhouette, sure. Okay. So I think we're good. So, exit the game. Alright, so that is going to do it for tonight. Thanks for joining me. I will, like I said, I'll look and see what that body was. I mean, the closest I got to it, I got pretty close, like in around the side where the face was. I'll look and see if I can find that and see if I can recognize it, because I swear that was Volner. But that might have just been a glitch too. It's hard to say. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to be doing Close to the Sun tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. I did, just before the stream tonight, finish, just meaning like maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes before, finish processing the next part of The Last of Us 2. So I'll upload that, and that should be live. Excuse me. That should be live tomorrow morning. So hopefully you will enjoy watching that as well at some point tomorrow, whenever you're able to, or whatever. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Be safe. Corona is still a thing, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll just keep doing what we do. Thanks for joining me. I will see you guys either tomorrow for Close to the Sun, if you can make it, where we're going to get into probably some scary stuff soon, or in comments on my other videos. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.
My spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.